The Knicks are making another move. According to reports, the Knicks are discussing adding Ben Simmons to this team and are now the favorites to land him in free agency. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any new content. And now, let's get started. Knicks signing is imminent. What are the Knicks doing right now in free agency? We all know they have a vet minimum contract to offer a veteran player, but we all know they are waiting for one player to give that contract to, and that wait might finally be over. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but the Knicks are currently the favorites to sign Ben Simmons in free agency, and that signing, it's imminent. Shout out to NBA insider Brett Siegel for giving us this following information. According to them, Boston and New York have been at the forefront of conversations surrounding Ben Simmons. After the Celtics just signed Chris Boucher, it appears as if the Knicks are the favorites to bring Simmons in on a minimum contract. And they're not the only ones confirming this. Shout out to channel sponsor FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, for giving us this following information here. According to FanDuel, they doubled down on what NBA insider Brett Siegel is reporting on Ben Simmons. According to them, the Knicks are the frontrunners to sign Ben Simmons on a vet minimum contract. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reality we are all living in right now. The Knicks are very close and are the favorites to sign Ben Simmons. Now, when you see those reports, they just add on to all the reports that we have been reviewing over the last few weeks that have indicated that the Knicks are heavily interested in adding Ben Simmons to this team. But one of the main factors that we didn't know is why. Why are the Knicks so interested in adding Ben Simmons to this team? Who potentially is pushing for New York to add Ben Simmons? Well, shout out to Scoop B, an NBA insider who recently revealed that it could be Mike Brown, the newest head coach of the Knicks, that is pushing for New York to sign Ben Simmons. Let's break down exactly what Scoop B had to say on the NBA Economy Show. Shout out to Let's Talk Knicks on the app X for breaking down all of this information for us. According to them, Scoop B on NBA Economy said that Mike Brown salivated over the idea of Ben Simmons joining the Kings last season, but it didn't come to be. Scoop B also confirms that the Knicks and Simmons have mutual interest. So this is another NBA insider confirming once again that Ben Simmons and the Knicks have mutual interest. And Scoop B had the following to say regarding why Mike Brown might want to add Ben Simmons to this team. According to him, I think that the combination of the shooting. Wait, what? We're talking about Ben Simmons? Hold on, let me read that again. I think that the combination of the shooting as well as his ability to play defense at a high clip are attractive to the Knicks. Defense? Okay, fine. I'll give you that. Shooting? You're trying to sell me on Ben Simmons, and the first line is his ability to shoot? His ability to shoot? Shoot what? Shoot bricks off the backboard? He can't shoot. Shooting comments aside, going back to why the Knicks want to sign Ben Simmons, his defense is very attractive. Likely meaning his ability to guard multiple positions is what the Knicks are looking for. Yes, he can rebound. Yes, he can play make. And I guess if nobody's looking, he can score too. But this signing by New York is such a bad move. It is not the move you make if you want to run a true 5-out offense. Because once you go to the bench, that stops. Once you add Ben Simmons to this team, you can no longer do that. Will he set up some other people? Will he make some great passes to maybe OG, Mitchell Robinson, whoever else he's playing on the floor with? Sure, but every time he's on the floor, depending on who he's on the floor with, the number one thing we're going to be thinking about is spacing. I just mentioned Mitchell Robinson, right? In my head, it makes sense that Ben Simmons might give an alley-oop to Mitchell Robinson. What doesn't make sense, though, is potentially having two non-shooters in Simmons and Robinson on the floor together, surrounded by who? What players? What three players are you putting with that group to make an efficient offense, to make a great Knicks team, to make a great rotation? Because honestly, I can't think of one that doesn't still give you that same liability. Now, you guys listen to me nearly every day, almost on a daily basis, talk about this Knicks team. And occasionally, you do hear me speak about Ben Simmons. And I don't have a lot of great things to say about Simmons and his fit with this team. I don't think it works. I don't think it's a match. But maybe you don't want to hear from me. Maybe you want to hear from somebody else breaking down exactly why Ben Simmons is not a great fit for this team. And if you were hoping for that, shout out to James L. Edwards of The Athletic for actually making this wish come true. He broke down exactly why Ben Simmons is not a good fit for this team. And I agree with everything that he stated here. Shout out to The Athletic's James L. Edwards for giving us this following information. On the latest edition of his mailbag, a fan asked him the following question: is Ben Simmons really a serious option for the Knicks? Are they considering him? They certainly need another playmaker, but I don't know about Ben. And here was James Edwards' response to this question. Simmons has been talked about around the Knicks, per league sources, with their minimum roster slot. So this is another NBA insider. If you want to count, that is 4 NBA insiders, all confirming that the Knicks have interest in Ben Simmons. They have checked in on Ben Simmons recently, and as of right now, they are the favorites to sign him in free agency. And these reports by James L. Edwards, they help reinforce that point. But let's continue here. According to him, however, I'm not a fan of having to have a tailor-made offense for a backup point guard. Here's what he means by that. Ben Simmons' inability to shoot or even look at the basket makes it so hard that Brown couldn't successfully play him with non-shooters like a Josh Hart, like a Mitchell Robinson. Giving significant minutes to a guard or wing who isn't willingly looking to score isn't something I'd sign up for. New York needs to embrace its 5-out spacing this season more than it did last year. And adding someone like Simmons to the rotation makes it trickier to do that. I'm sorry. Where's the lie? His inability to shoot? That's a problem, and he definitely has that issue. His ability to not crumble under that pressure? That's still an issue. Maybe DNPs, him missing games because of injuries? That's likely an issue. Having a tailor-made offense for your backup point guard? That is an issue. You're supposed to bring players in that make the game easier for you, for everybody else. Bringing in Ben Simmons makes the Knicks have to make additional moves just to make the roster right for Simmons. That's not what you do for a backup guard on the vet minimum. Why? Why do so many people believe that he can be saved? Who saved him? When he was traded from Philly to the Nets, what happened? What happened to his career? Where has he been over the last few years? I'll tell you, his stock has tanked among the NBA. And why? Because every single time another team thought it's Ben Simmons, 3-time All-Star in the past. I know he was a problem before, but trust me, when he comes here, we'll fix him. We'll save him. We'll make him that player he used to be. How many teams have said that and failed? So before the Knicks add Ben Simmons, before the Knicks make any other moves, New York, as of right now, have some of the best odds to be one of the best teams in the regular season. And you don't have to take my word for it. Channel sponsor FanDuel recently broke down what teams have the best odds to win the NBA Cup next season. And the reason I'm mentioning the NBA Cup is because the winners of the NBA Cup normally have very good regular season records. So if the Knicks are on this list or are one of the favorites to win it, that goes to tell you how good, how favored they are headed into next year. Shout out to FanDuel for breaking down the odds for the 2025 NBA Cup tournament winner. According to them, you have OKC, the New York Knicks, and the Cleveland Cavaliers at the top of the list as the favorites to win the NBA Cup next season. OKC is at plus 440. The New York Knicks are at plus 550. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're at plus 650. Everybody else, they're a long shot to win the NBA Cup because after Cleveland, the odds start at plus 1,200. That's a significant difference from the top three teams on this list. You see, even without the Knicks adding Ben Simmons or another player in free agency, at least according to the odd makers, New York is one of the favored teams to go all the way to the NBA championship next season. And clearly, they have a shot to have a very good regular season record, which is why they're up there as a potential team to win the NBA Cup next season. New York doesn't need to add anybody, but if they're going to add somebody, you might as well add someone who is not a liability, who can help you play more 5-out, can help you explore more rotations. Ben Simmons, he doesn't do that. He's a liability. And I wish, I hope and pray the Knicks are able to dodge this bullet and not add Ben Simmons. But according to every single report that has been out there, all the reports that I have covered for you guys, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. As of right now, the Knicks are the favorites to add Ben Simmons to this roster in free agency. And given all the reporting, that signing from the Knicks, it's going to be announced very soon. But what about you guys? What do you think about the Knicks being the front runners and the favorites to sign Ben Simmons on a vet minimum contract in free agency? Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.